All right, my lovelies. Happy Monday to all. I hope that everyone is enjoying their Monday so far. Again, if you're new here, we do astrology breakdowns every Monday to give you guys an idea of what you can expect throughout the week. If you don't believe in horoscopes, if you don't believe in astrology, if you don't believe in card readings and all of that stuff, this is just not the space for you, okay? Don't get in my comments talking about I don't agree and blah 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 blah. This is just not the space for you, okay? We're gonna do the astrology breakdown first, and then we're gonna get into the reading. When I do this astrology breakdown, let me just give a couple disclaimers. This will be overall for everybody, okay? I'm gonna be talking about how the energy will affect everybody, no matter what your sign is, no matter what your birth chart looks like, okay? However, in order for you to get a more accurate understanding of how this will affect you, you will have to look at your personal birth chart. Okay? Also, I will do my best in telling you what signs will be affected the most with most of these energies. However, again, you will get the most accurate understanding if you compare it to your birth chart. All right? If you don't have your birth chart, you can go on Google and get it for free. If you want me to break down your birth chart for you, you can go on my website and book that. Okay? All right, so let's get into it. Let me start this off by saying happy solar return to my Virgos. Okay? It is officially Virgo season. All right? My Mercury sibling, okay, because I'm a Gemini, so you know Geminis and Virgos, you know, we of the same planet, okay, so we get each other more than anybody else gets us, you know. So happy early solar return to all of my Virgos. I hope that this is a beautiful solar return season for you. I hope that you attract and manifest all of the things that your heart desire, and that you are liberated from things that no longer serve you and guided towards things that are for you, okay? So let's get into it. The sun is in Virgo at 3 degrees, which means that this is a time to really get into your bag when it comes to correction. Okay, if there are certain areas in your life that have been falling through the cracks, this is the perfect time to start getting more detail oriented. This is the perfect time to get better with your routines. This is the perfect time to do research on things that you need to research or look into. This is the perfect time to get organized. Okay, not only just with like organizing your home or organizing, you know, things of that nature, but also organizing your feelings, organizing your emotions. Okay, now with Virgo being in the sun, this is the time where you kind of may feel like you know it all. Okay, however, this is not a time to act like you know it all. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you leaning on the things that you know and kind of, you know, showing your intelligence, okay, or highlighting your intellect, because you will want to do that. Okay, you might find yourself getting into debates with people more so than, you know, any other time. You might find yourself kind of wanting to really just showcase your knowledge, you know, showcase your smarts, your intellect. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't get carried away with it, because it's in the sun and the sun rules the ego. Don't get carried away. It's not really a time for you to kind of be like, I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you, Matilda energy. It's not the time for that. You know, if anything, this is a time to practice balance when it comes to knowing what you're talking about, but not feeling the need to make other people feel unintelligent. Okay, if you really want to teach people, then this is a perfect time to really learn how to teach people with keeping that fine line, you know, between I know everything and you're stupid, versus I may be more educated than you in certain areas and I'm trying to let you know what I know, but if you're not receptive, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with your motherfucking ass. Okay. Also, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so lots of communication. And this is why I'm saying, like, just really be mindful. Even when it comes to, it doesn't just have to be intellect about, like, you know, knowledge and things of that nature. It can also be like emotional intellect. Like, some of you guys are more emotionally, you know, knowledgeable than others, right? And this is not your time to make other people feel that, you know. It's just like, if you are more emotionally, you know, intelligent, then use that. Don't use it to make other people feel less than, you know. Just be careful of that, because it's in the sun area, and sun rules ego, so you just want to be careful of that. Okay, now there can also be a lot of success when it comes to, like, some of you guys may be graduating or getting some type of license during this time. This is a perfect time to go for anything educational. If you need to study something, if you want to take a course for something, if you want to learn something, if you want to read something, if you want to watch some lectures or further your knowledge on something, this is the perfect time, because you're going to be paying way more attention to detail. Virgo is one of the most detail-oriented signs. So it's going to be easier for you to pick up on things and for you to learn things, okay? So some of you guys may be doing some deep diving into, you know, different studies, or watching different things, or just learning different things and expanding your knowledge, okay? Perfect time to do so. Perfect time to soak up all of that knowledge and retain it and understand it. Okay, because Virgo is one of those signs that will keep researching until they have the understanding. They're not just going to skim over some shit and be like, okay, I got a good idea. No. Okay? No. It's going to be a time for, you know, really breaking certain things down and understanding them, you know, really, really well. Especially if you're somebody who usually has a hard time focusing on things or maintaining what you've learned. Okay? Let's see. This is also a good time to be of service to others. So if you find yourself, you know, in more of a giving mood, right, where you want to give to people who, you know, who you love or who you appreciate, you want to show love, okay? Or this may be a time where you want to be of service, helping other people, like the homeless, or giving to charity, or doing for charity, or something along those lines, okay? That energy is also out there as well, okay? Now, moving on to the moon. The moon is currently in Gemini. So we got the moon and we got the sun in Mercury placements. So I really want y'all to be careful of arguments. I really want y'all to be careful of poor communication. I really want y'all to be careful with going back and forth with people, okay, or allowing people to get under your skin, because there's going to be a lot of people saying a whole bunch of different shit, okay? This is a good time for people to kind of be combative, going back and forth. Like, if you notice the, what do you call it, the debate between the two presidential candidates is in September, which is in Virgo season. You know, so just don't get sucked into, you know, these low vibrational conversations. I really want y'all to be careful of that. Also, with, you know, the moon being in Gemini, be very, very cautious of saying too much because of where you are emotionally. So you may feel certain things emotionally, and you may feel the need to speak on how you feel, which is nothing wrong with that. But because both the sun and the moon is in Mercury right now, you want to kind of just be cautious with your approach. Because Virgos could say what they, you know, say what they feel, but there's no emotion behind it. And it may feel like, you know, it doesn't really feel like love. It can feel like, do you like me? Like, what the fuck? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You just said that with no emotion, no feeling behind it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like dead behind the eyes type of thing, right? And then you got Gemini being, you know, the moon being in Gemini right now, another mercurial sign, which is emotion and intellect, right? So again, you just want to be cautious, okay? You just want to be cautious with your communication specifically. You want to make sure that you're not saying too much, because, you know, Gemini's got away with their words. And they'll say some shit and offend you in a way that you got to Google. Okay, you be like, hold up, bitch. What word did you just use with me? And then you go look that shit up and it means peasant or something. It's like, just be cautious, okay? You just really want to be cautious. All right? And especially with Gemini, with the moon being in Gemini, you really want to make sure, especially when it comes to social media. So these comment sections could be a little crazy for the next 2 days, because, you know, the moon switches signs every 2 days. So for the next 2 days, with the moon being in Gemini, the comment sections may be a little crazy. We may see some wild things happen on social media, because Gemini rules the social environments. You know, some people may be texting you something crazy. You might be on the phone and somebody say something crazy. Like, there's just a lot of chances where communication can kind of go left. So I really want y'all to remember, like, the energy is super sensitive. So of course it's going to be hard not to take this shit personally, but I really want you to kind of just remember what I'm saying right now and understand that a lot of people don't know how to navigate mercurial energy. Okay, it's one of the hardest energies to navigate. Okay, you know what I'm saying, everybody don't know how to deal with that. So keep yourself, you know, on reserve. Give it a couple days, you know, because then I think the moon will be moving into Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. Give it a couple days for things to kind of level out, balance out, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, try again. Okay? Yeah. All right? Now, with this moon placement in Gemini, this is also a great time for you guys to practice versatility, or just being more adaptable when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to things that you're working on behind closed doors. There may be some things that you guys are dealing with or working on behind closed doors in regards to yourself, or in regards to your life, or whatever the case is. This is a great time to practice adaptability, okay? Going with the flow, letting things play out. Okay, especially when it comes to your relationships and your family. If there's certain problems that arise, or there's certain things that you've been dealing with within your relationships or within your family dynamic, this is a great time to just let the pieces fall. Okay, and then you can figure it out later on. All right, again, people may be a little bit more sensitive. This may be a time where you also feel more empowered to speak on your feelings. Okay, because again, Gemini rules communication. So, you know, if there are certain things that you've been feeling and you haven't been talking about it, or you've been kind of keeping it to yourself, this is a great time to deal with those things and kind of speak your mind. But just be mindful. Okay, you want to speak in a way that people can interpret it based on your intentions. So you don't want to come into it, you know, with the right intentions, but then you say it the wrong way, and then the whole point is missed. Because that's what this energy can kind of do, right? So, you know, if there are certain things that you want to say and you haven't been saying it, you haven't been speaking on it, you know, kind of ask yourself, am I in the right energy, you know, to have this conversation right now? If my energy is probably not in the right place, then maybe I should just write it down for now, and then come back to it when I'm in a better position to talk. Okay? Of course, also with the sun being in Virgo, this is a time where a lot of you guys may feel withdrawn, or you want to withdraw. Okay? You want to kind of spend more time by yourself. You want to go into hermit mode. Okay? You want to, you know, be alone. All right? You could be leaving relationships. You could be finally, you know, going no contact with certain people. things of that nature, right? I just kind of want to be to myself, be by myself. I don't want nobody around me. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want nobody breathing on me. I don't want to share air. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of energy. Like, I just want to be in my own little bubble, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but use your communication. So if you do want to go into hermit mode and you don't feel like being on the phone, you don't feel like texting, you don't feel like talking, things of that nature, just, you know, explain to whoever it is that you may communicate with, hey, I just need some time to myself. You know what I'm saying? I just need some time to myself in my own bubble. I just need a couple days. You know, communicate that. Don't just go ghost. Because this energy is very, I'm just going to go ghost. Don't go ghost. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's people that you care about. Don't just disappear. Communicate. Hey, look, for the next couple of days, my phone is going to be on Do Not Disturb. Unless it's an emergency, try not to hit my phone. You know what I'm saying? Or I can only handle my problems this week. For the next couple of days, for the next 28 days, whatever the case is, I can only deal with me and my issues. So if you do call me, I don't really want to talk about what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Just communicate. Because, you know, the sun and the moon is in Mercury right now. So it's forcing you to try to communicate, but in the proper manner. Keyword. All right? All right, speaking of Mercury, Mercury is in Leo right now, and it is still retrograding. We got 2 more days of Mercury retrograde. It goes direct on the 28th. And right now it is in Leo at 21 degrees, which means pride. Okay, pride, dramatics. Wanting to have recognition, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting to be celebrated, wanting to be appreciated, wanting to be cherished, you know, all of that type of energy, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. But just remember, okay, we basically got 3 planets right now that are based in Mercury, okay? And Leo is a sun sign, which means it represents the ego and it represents self, okay? So, you know, you may be a little full of yourself right now. You ain't gotta tell on yourself, you know, but you know, you may be feeling like you just better than everybody. You may just wake up like, you know what, I'm the shit, and you can't tell me nothing. Okay? I woke up on the right side of the bed today, and I realized that I'm better than you. That's the energy. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Okay? You guys may be a lot more confident, especially when it comes to speaking your truth. Very unapologetic in, you know, the way that you communicate. And it might come off a little, you know, a little egotistical to some people. So, you know, that's a fine line, because I always say it's nothing wrong with walking around like you the shit. I mean, you should. You know what I'm saying? You are the creator of your own reality. You live in the world based on your perspectives and your perception, right? So you should think that you the shit. You should be full of yourself. You should be proud of who you are and how you've overcome and all that you do and all that you are and all of these things, right? But just don't push it in nobody else's face. Okay? Just don't, you know what I'm saying? It's a way to know who you are without highlighting, you know, how you're better than everybody else. And that it may be a little hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe those people kind of deserve it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Some people in our life kind of deserve for us to be like, you know what, ho? Okay. I done worked real hard on my motherfucking self. And I know that I'm the motherfucking shit. You know, some people might deserve that conversation. You know, especially if it's somebody that you have been graceful with and you've been giving them, you know, grace and understanding and all of that, but they've been playing in your face. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the time for you to go ahead and do what my uncle say, put your dick on the table. Okay? What does that mean, Poca? That means show them how big it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to put that thing on the table and just be like, look, I wasn't trying to do it to you, but it's done. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to do that shit. But just practice balance. That's all I can really say. It's a situation by situation type of thing. I can't really give you an overall because, again, some people deserve for you to do that and some people don't. So you just gonna have to like practice balance. You know what I'm saying? Whoever does deserve it, by all means, let them know who the fuck you are so they can stop playing with your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all been allowing people to play with you, and this energy may be giving you that extra little push you need to let people know I'm not the one or the two. You know what I'm saying? But then for some of y'all, you do that shit anyway. Okay? Heavy Taurus energy, heavy Aquarius energy, heavy Pisces energy, heavy Cancer energy, heavy Leo energy. Okay? It's like, bitch, I'm the shit. Okay? Some of y'all do that shit all day, 24/7 anyway. Okay? So this is not the time for you to go overboard. Alright? Situation by situation, handle it with care. That's all I can really say about that. I don't know. Okay? Now, this is also a placement that, like I said, can be very dramatic. Alright? So, don't manipulate people. I'm just going to say it the way that Spirit is saying it. Don't be manipulative, especially when it comes to the way that you communicate. Some of y'all know how to manipulate people through your words. Some of y'all know how to manipulate people through your emotions and your actions. Don't do that. Alright? Don't do that. I know a lot of y'all not going to, admit that you be doing that shit. But don't fucking do it. We all can be manipulative at certain points. Okay? So just be real cautious and careful with the way that you're moving. Because remember, Saturn is still retrograde. Saturn is the planet of karma. Alright? So you know what I'm saying? You can do all that shit, but just remember, whatever you put out has to come back to you. So that's what I'm saying. Move with caution. Don't be manipulative emotionally. Don't be manipulative with your words. Don't try to guilt trip. Don't try to gaslight. Don't try to, play around with people and their hearts and their emotions and things of that nature. Especially if you have Virgo or Gemini in your chart. Alright. Or you have a Virgo or Gemini Mercury. Alright. Venus is also in Virgo. So we got 2 planets currently in Virgo. And Venus is in Virgo at 26 degrees. Okay? So this is a time where when it comes to matters of the heart, when it comes to love, when it comes to loving relationships, so the way that you love your spouse, or the way that you love your family or your friends or whatever, a lot of you guys may be trying to strive for perfection. Okay, this can also deal with like your sense of what luxury is, your sense of what beauty is, your sense of your expensive taste, things of that nature. Okay, you may be being a little hard on yourself when it comes to money or when it comes to relationship, or striving for some type of perfectionism when it comes to those specific areas of your life. This is not the time to try to be perfect. Okay, this is not the time to beat yourself up for things that you may not have at this point. Okay, if anything, this is the time to be practical. Right? To be real with yourself. If there are certain things that you don't have, why? Is it because there's certain things you're not doing? Is it because, certain things you're not seeing? Is it a perspective thing? Is it, some self-work that you need to be doing? Because this is a great placement for self-improvement, especially when it comes to relationships, your idea of love, your idea of luxury, your idea of beauty, your idea of wealth, okay, your idea of abundance. Okay, for some of you guys, you may be having a new understanding of what abundance really is. Some of you guys may be using this placement to move out of the materialistic mindset and think more of abundance as something greater than that. Right? Maybe you see your spiritual abilities as abundance. Maybe you see your emotional knowledge as abundance. Maybe you may see, you know, your knowledge on certain areas of your life as abundance. Okay, kind of reshaping the way that you see abundance or prosperity or luxury, right? You know, other people may see luxury as having all of these things and fancy cars and fancy homes. Maybe you see luxury as having a garden, or having a really solid relationship, or having emotional knowledge and integrity. You know what I'm saying? Just the different things that we see as abundance or luxury or beauty may be changing. Also in the way that you look at yourself, right? So if you maybe, you know, didn't think of yourself as being as beautiful, as handsome, as good looking, as smart, as whatever, this is a great time for self-improvement. This is a great time to adjust the way that you perceive yourself. Okay? Also, some of you guys may be getting deeper into shadow work during this time, because again, it does rule self-improvement. You may be working on yourself more, pointing out the areas of your life that could be better, and doing whatever is required to make those areas better. This is a great time for that. Just don't get out of this mentality of perfection. That's the only thing I can really say about this placement. Nothing is going to be perfect, right? So kind of let that shit go. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect setup, the perfect layout, none of that shit exists, okay? Now, Mars is in Gemini. Mars being the planet of action, it is in Gemini at 24 degrees, which means that this is a great time to exchange information. This is a great time to lean into your duality, okay? So, like, it's like I could have fun, but also get my work done type shit. I can enjoy myself and enjoy life and go out and have a little drink, have a little smoke, have a little sip, twerk a little butt cheek, you know what I'm saying? But then I can also get busy with the things that I need to be, you know, prioritizing and getting done, okay? You know, I can be spiritual, but also balance out my spirituality with my humanistic, you know, ways, you know what I'm saying? You know, embracing the ego, embracing the shadow, you know what I'm saying? This is also a time to push yourself mentally, okay? If you know that you have limited thinking surrounding certain things, this is a time to get out of that limited way of thinking, especially with Gemini, okay? Because Gemini is all about, you know, spontaneity. Gemini is all about knowledge and information. Gemini is all about social environments and communication. So that being paired with Mars being the planet of action, this is a great time to get out of the confines of your mind. So, especially if you're dealing with like depression, procrastination, you know, things of that nature, this is a great time to push yourself. If you need to clean up the whole house, this is a great time to do it. If you need to redo your closet or something, get organized, whatever, this is a great time to do it. If you need to, you know, again, if you're studying something, if you're trying to learn something new, this is a great time to push yourself to do so. This is a great time to get out of your comfort zones, especially when it comes to your way of thinking or the way that you take action towards certain things, okay? So if you know that you haven't really been giving certain things your all, this is the time to give it your all. This is your time to push the envelope, okay? Foot on the gas, full speed. You know what I'm saying? Doing the work. Doing the work. Okay? This is also a great time to take initiative. If you know that maybe you have like a project at work and they're looking for like a team lead, this is a great time to volunteer. Like, hey, I'll lead the project. You know what I'm saying? Because people may be looking at you. You know, this could lead to, you know, maybe like a promotion or a raise, or just getting the attention of like your higher ups or whatever the case is. This is also a great time to go ahead and get that business off the ground. whatever work you need to be doing to get the business off the ground, this is a great time to do it, because you're going to have the energy to do so if you tap into this energy. Okay, this is also a great time to go over contracts, right? If there's certain contracts, also with this Virgo being in the sun, or the sun being in Virgo, this is a great time to go over contracts. This is a great time to put the finishing touches on paperwork, or to go over paperwork and make sure that all of, everything is what it's supposed to be, looking at the details of everything and not really missing anything. Now, with Mercury being retrograde, it's always a time to double check everything. And with the sun being in Virgo, this is a great time to not miss anything. So if you're traveling, if you are doing anything that has to do with paperwork or contracts, or you have to look over something, or you have to revise something, this is a great time to do it. If you are writing a book, or you're doing something that deals with communication, writing a speech, writing a book, writing in comments, trying to get your point across in any type of way, shape, or form, this is a great time to do so. Not only will you feel that confidence to go ahead and take action, but because the sun is in Virgo, you'll also be detail oriented enough to make sure that everything is what it needs to be. But again, it don't have to be perfect. All right? It just needs to be what it needs to be. That don't mean it need to be perfect. So finding that little balance in between those two things may be a little challenging, but I know y'all can do it. Okay? I have faith in you, my loves. Okay, Jupiter is still in Gemini. We know that Jupiter will be in Gemini until next year. Okay? Until June 9th of next year, if I'm not mistaken. And it's in Gemini at 18 degrees. Okay? So social interactions. This is a great time to network. It's a great time to network. It is a great time to be adaptable. It is a great time to pursue intellectual things. So again, getting a degree, taking a class or course, okay? Networking, going out and talking to people, meeting new people, friends, okay? And a good thing about this placement is Jupiter is the planet of expansion and opportunity. So the people that you network with, it won't only serve you in that moment, but maybe even down the line, these could be people that you can continuously work with, okay? Or maybe you go in with the intention of getting one thing done, but it expands into something else, okay? So, like, maybe I met somebody, who can help me with my business, but then they also became a good friend. Or maybe I met somebody that can help me with, getting the right information for me to pursue something, but then they also help me pursue something else, or whatever the case is. Or maybe I go in for like a grant or something, and I get more money than I thought that I was going to get, right? It's like that type of energy. Or this is just a great time to just rub shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to know the people around you, be adaptable. So go into new environments, because you're going to have a lot more luck, because Jupiter is also the planet of luck. You're going to have a lot more luck in new environments, and especially if they're social environments. So like going to the bar, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to have a lot of money to sit at the bar. You can just get you one drink and sip on it. You know what I'm saying? Go to like the bar in a wealthy neighborhood. Put on your best little outfit and just go sit at the bar. Rub shoulders. It might be a millionaire in there, somebody who wants to invest or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of thing. It's like a double for your trouble type of energy with Jupiter and Gemini. When these two signs get together, it's like it's up. It's up and it's stuck. Okay, this could be a time to also like pursue things that have to deal with like content creation. This is a great time to write books. This is a great time to write speeches. This is a great time to go out and enjoy yourself in new environments. This is a great time to meet new people. This is a great time to meet members of your soul tribe. This is a great time to have conversations with strangers. Like, all of that energy can build into something greater with this specific placement. Okay, so again, Be open. Don't be afraid. Move with, move with a sense of self, a sense of assurance, a sense of, knowing who you are and being unapologetic in your energy. Move confidently, okay? I ain't never met a Gemini that's not confident. I ain't never met a Gemini that won't go talk to a stranger and make a whole conversation, and then now they texting or something, or they meeting up later on in the week to go somewhere. Like, that's just Gemini energy. Like, we just gonna spark up a conversation with anybody off of anything. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what that is going to turn into. This is also a good time to, like, put yourself out there when it comes to, like, if you're trying to do something with, like, celebrities or people who are well known. Because, again, Gemini rules social environments, and so being a celebrity is a social thing, right? So, like, let's say you want to get like a brand deal or something. This is a perfect time to go for brand deals. This is a perfect time to get like sponsorship and things of that nature. Like, that's the type of energy that this is, okay? Let's see what else. And just being adaptable. Go with the flow. Don't be afraid to go with the flow. That's a Gemini thing. You know what I'm saying? We just go wherever we feel intuitively got it to go, babes. Okay, we could have just met you today, and you like, hey, I'm about to go to this event. You should hang with me. I'm like, all right, I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to the event, and it's millionaires all in there, and you just so happen to want some investor or something. Like, it's like that type of thing. Like, you going with the flow, and then you get wherever you get, and you're met with something. Like, that's the power of this particular transit. Okay, very powerful for that. So don't be afraid to talk. And then the thing is, a lot of y'all, again, perfectionism. You want to say the right words, and you want to have all of these things together. That's not Gemini energy. That's just not Gemini energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gemini don't need to have everything together. We just gonna jump in there and say YOLO. And then we're so intellectual that we know how to navigate that new environment. We're intuitive enough that we can just navigate that new environment and just spearhead that motherfucker and do what's necessary and get the best results. So you kind of want to have that adaptability with the understanding that whenever you get to wherever you're going, you'll have whatever you need, to suffice for that environment. So don't go into it scared. Don't go into it timid. Don't go into it nervous. You know what I'm saying? Just be confident. Operate in confidence, okay? Because things will expand for you, okay? This could also be a time where some of you guys with this specific placement may receive some type of inheritance. Somebody may have passed away and left you something behind, or maybe you get like some land, or just things of that nature. Like, maybe this could even be you finally get the results of a lawsuit. Maybe you get some money from a lawsuit maybe you was waiting for, or whatever. Like that type of energy, okay? Like unexpected things that you weren't even think about. Or let's say you got back taxes that the government owe you, and you get a random check. Or like this is just very, Gemini is the magician in tarot, right? And Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So this is just like, as far as you can take your mind, you can go. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to, like, believe in the impossible. Like, understand that the impossible is possible as long as you believe in it. Like, that type of shit. Like, walking up to, I just seen a clip of some lady that was at a Trump speech or something, and she was like, I need a job, and he was like, all right, come up here, let's do a job interview real fast, and like gave her a job interview on the spot, and then hired her. Trump is a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that type of shit. It's just like, maybe you see a celebrity in person, like, hey, you need a personal assistant or something, and maybe you just saying it and not really thinking about it, you just playing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you just say it type of shit, and you really get results. So that whimsical, not really unserious, but just like very open, free-spirited energy will get you the most success. Posting your content and not thinking about it being politically correct will get you the most success. you know, putting your book out there, writing your book without it, you know, without the mentality behind it, like it has to be perfect, like you'll get the most success. Like just being yourself authentically and just going for it and just having an unlimited belief in possibilities will get you success. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be anything, like don't be serious with this energy. Like this is a very whimsical, free type of energy. Okay, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Have you ever met a Sagittarius? They are unserious as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, and Sagittarius is Gemini's sister, right? So it's like this energy is very familiar with each other. That's why it works so well with each other. So you really got to be lighthearted, okay? This is like the time to take like impromptu trips. Like maybe you just talking to a friend and like, hey, I'm about to go to Miami this weekend. You want to go? And maybe it's like 2 days from the trip. And you're like, oh, usually you'll be like, oh, but I don't know. I'm not really prepared. I haven't really done this. I haven't really done that. And blah, 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 blah. And I'll have to get my ticket. Do you want to go? Yes or no? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy. Like just jump in and go. Just jump in and do it. That's this type of energy. Okay? Go with the flow. Be spontaneous. Travel. Go on adventures. Do things that you never usually do. You know what I'm saying? All right. Then we have Pisces that is still retrograding in Saturn. And it is now at 16 degrees. Which means intuition is very, very, very high. Okay? Intuition is very high, especially in regards to the ways that you need to change your life. When I say that this is a planet, this is a placement of upgrade. Because Saturn is basically like, you got a problem over here, you got a problem over there, you got a problem over there. You need to learn this lesson, you need to understand this, you need to get that together, you need to get that together. And Pisces is like, don't worry, I got you. Just do this, just do that, just do this, just do that. Go over there, say hi to that person, remove that person, stop talking to that person, whatever, wop the whoop. So these two planets coming together are basically intuitively guiding you towards fixing yourself in your life. That's the energy of this placement. Like Saturn is like, these is your problems, these is your issues, real aggressive, like very masculine. Okay, and Pisces with all of its femininity is like, come here, baby. Now, Big Daddy said you got issues over here. Let's solve the problem. Okay, let's get this together. All right. They're going to send you an intuitive message. You're going to send it to you in a dream. They're going to let a stranger come up to you and confirm it. Then you're going to hop on YouTube and watch a video, and that's going to confirm it. Then you're going to be out minding your business, and you're going to hear a conversation, and that's going to confirm it. That's the energy. It's like, these are my problems and issues, and then here's my intuition telling me how to fix it. It's like the best of both worlds. So this is really a good time to like lean into your healing. Lean into becoming your best self, because Saturn is here not to harm you, but to correct you, to help you get in alignment with the things that you want. Because there's things that you're asking for, right? And Saturn is like, okay, based on what you want, these are all the areas you need to fix. And Pisces is basically the tutor that's going to sit down with you to help you fix them. So Saturn going to point it out, and Pisces going to help you get it done. That's as simple as I can explain it. Okay? This is also a time to allow yourself to be open to your creative side. All right? Meaning that there's some things or some new approaches that you may take that you never have taken before. There's some things that you may do that you've never done before. There's some, methods that you may go about changing your life that maybe you didn't before. Right? So we're going to see a lot of people kind of moving from religion. We're going to see a lot of people, deepening their relationship with spirit, source, universe, whatever you believe in, God, whatever you call it. It's all the same energy. We're going to see some people wanting to go deeper into their emotions. So if you have any emotional blocks, especially when it pertains to like childhood trauma or your mother, This is a great time to get deeper into those blockages, okay? Especially if it affects the way that you have relationship with people. And I'm not just talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I'm also talking about just relationship with people. The way you have a relationship with your friends or your family or your coworkers or your spouse or your children, okay? Don't be afraid to go deeper, okay? Because you will be strong enough and you will have the tools to get it done. So really, again, believe in yourself, okay? Believe in yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. You can correct and fix whatever you need to correct and fix, right? Now, this placement may not feel good all the time because, again, Saturn is here to correct. Saturn is here to teach. Saturn is here to give you the lesson, right? So it may not feel good because some of these things may be areas that are sensitive for us or things that we've never considered, or it may be revealing the truth about us to us, right? So you may get smacked with a little, a little understanding, okay, a little correction, and that might not feel good. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot of facing yourself with this particular placement. This is not really facing other people necessarily. It may affect the way that you interact with other people, but you're facing yourself more so than anything. This is about you, okay? Hold on, y'all. People be calling me. So this is about you and your relationship with you. Okay, this is also a good placement for rebuilding or deepening the bond that you have with your spirit team. If you've been slacking on ancestor veneration, if you've been slacking on your relationship with spirit and, your spirituality period, this is a good time to get that shit together. Get it in order. All right. All right. Now we also have Uranus in Taurus at 27 degrees. Uranus is the planet of originality, okay? It could also be the planet of unexpected things, okay? So you have to be open-minded with Uranus. And it is in Taurus at 27 degrees, which means, there could be some unexpected things happening when it comes to the things that you overindulge in. So let's say that maybe you're a little fond of alcohol. Maybe alcohol is not treating your body the same right now for a reason. Okay, maybe you overindulge in spending and maybe your money is a little funny right now for a reason. Okay, unexpected expenses coming up, once you get one thing paid, you got something else you got to put your money to, and then you get that together, and then there's something else you got to put your money to, okay? It can be like multiple things happening at once type of thing, all right? This can also be a time where like you want to cut back or you feel intuitively guided to cut back from your vices, smoking, drinking, sex, corn, not taking care of your mental health, things of that nature, okay? Cutting back on your spending, cutting back on your shopping, stuff like that, okay? Just be open, because again, this particular placement is kind of trying to show you that everything that glitters ain't gold, and everything that you use to kind of escape may not be the best method of going about things, okay? This can also be a time where your comforts are interrupted, so the things that may make you comfortable. So this could be relationships, especially with it being in Taurus. Maybe, the relationships that you've had for a long time that no longer serve you could be ending, or there could be certain things that are being shown to you to make you uncomfortable, so that you notice that maybe this isn't something you should be in any longer, or maybe this isn't energy that you should entertain any longer. This could also be like, I hate to say it, like evictions. This could be like car repossessions, especially if you've been living above your means, okay? Some of those things could be highlighted right now. Yeah, like it just kind of is what it is with this placement. These two planets don't really work that well together all the time. So, or these two energies don't always work that well together. So it may be like a kind of like a tug of war a little bit with this particular placement, especially when it comes to things that make you feel comfortable, things that make you feel good, right? Everything that feels good to you isn't good for you, and this is kind of like the placement to kind of, excuse me, show you that. Now, on the flip side, this could also be a placement that can open you up to new things that you probably wouldn't have considered, right? So this could be like for example, I had a friend, a good friend of mine who got a car accident sometime last year, got a new car, and then a couple months later, which was a couple weeks ago, she had another fender bender, right, in the newer car that she got, and it was totaled, which caused her to have to get another car. You know what I'm saying? Which was a better car, but she had to go through like that little fender bender situation and be kind of irritated and annoyed to be taken to what was better for her. So it's like that type of thing. Like maybe, you know, something may happen that kind of pushes you into what is actually for you, if that makes sense. Okay? Like that type of energy. So if there are certain things that are unexpected that come up in your life, you know, really keep a high vibrational outlook on it. Keep a positive outlook on it, because it could be some type of disruptance or disturbance that is trying to get you to something better. Okay? All right. Neptune is still in Pisces, retrograding at 29 degrees. Neptune is the planet of spirituality. It is the planet of balancing the spiritual and the materialistic realms. And it's in Pisces at 29 degrees. So again, boundaries are going to be so important. Any areas that you do not have boundaries in will be challenged. They're going to be challenged, okay? Because y'all spirit team, you know, wants you to be in a position where you are protecting yourself from things that do not serve you. And sometimes, again, that requires you to do things that are uncomfortable to you, or do things that you may not like, or that may not feel good, or things of that nature. But this is a time to really tap into a higher perspective, okay? Your perspective, your insight, your way of looking at things is going to be so important. If you're looking at things negatively, then you will not transcend. This is a great time to also transcend yourself spiritually. So if you've been looking to upgrade yourself spiritually, or elevate spiritually, go to a deeper level in your spirituality, this is a perfect time to do so. But make sure that you're paying attention to your intuition and you're staying as high vibrational as possible. Okay? Also, this is a great time to get into like the mysticisms of the world. So some of you guys may be prone to, you know, study more on like death and rebirth, the spiritual realm, things like Antarctica and beyond the ice walls, or the ocean, or astrology, or metaphysics, or quantum leaping, quantum jumping, like things of that nature. Okay, this is a great time to like get deeper into like spiritual knowledge, meditation, yoga, herbs, like how all of these things affect you spiritually. This is also a time where dreams are going to be important. Dreams will have a lot of messages, okay? And these will not be like all easy messages that you can catch. Like these are going to be things that you have to really like meditate on and really get the deeper meaning of them. So they may not make sense, which is why I tell y'all all the time to just write your dreams down, give it a couple days, and then go back to it. All right? It may not make sense once you have it, once you wake up. And some people be like, well, I only remember like 2 things from my dream. Write it down. I don't care if you remember 1.5 things. Write it down. If you had a whole dream and then you wake up and all you remember is somebody saying Tuesday with the red car, you better write down the date and write down Tuesday, red car. If that's all you remember, that's all you remember. You can't force yourself to remember something you don't damn remember. All right? Yes, smoking and drinking does affect your ability to dream and remember your dreams. So, you know, definitely make sure that if you are trying to get to a better place when it comes to your ability to remember, or, you know, hold on to more of your dreams, you're going to have to kind of step away. You can smoke during the day, but I would say a good 5 to 6 hours before you go to bed, you want to kind of keep yourself sober. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that you can retain more of it. All right? Then last but not least, we have Pluto that is still retrograding in Aquarius at 0 degrees. Okay, Pluto is the planet of transformation and is retrograding in Aquarius, which is the planet of originality, of open-mindedness, of uniqueness. Okay, so this is a great time to really, again, I've been telling y'all about innovation. Okay, this placement has really been the same for the last couple of weeks, so the message is going to be the same. Innovation, innovation, innovation. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to be unique. Don't be afraid to be special. Don't be afraid to be an individual. All right? Amongst a whole bunch of sheep, don't be afraid to be the black one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to kind of lean on the fact that you are the black sheep. Lean on the fact that you're different. Lean on the fact that you're unique. Lean on the fact that there is nobody else like you. If Spirit is giving you ideas that you've never seen anybody else do, it's for a reason. If you have a new way of, you know, going about things in your family dynamic, it's for a reason. So let's say, you know, maybe the family, you come from a family of people who don't talk about their feelings, but now you want to talk about your feelings. But before, you may have felt bad because you're like, well, my family don't really talk about their feelings. Oh, well, be the first one. You know what I'm saying? Or you come from a family of like all doctors, but you want to be a content creator. And it's like, my family, you know, they're not going to be happy that I'm doing content when all of them are doctors or lawyers, or they do something of, you know, quote unquote, high social esteem. It's like, oh, well, do what it's called for you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to kind of break, like, generational standards and foundations and kind of create your own as well. So if you know, want to raise your children differently than how you were raised, go for it. If you want to leave religion or walk away from any type of, like, mental, you know, bondage or boxes, go for it. This is the time to be completely out the box and be unapologetic. If you want to change your hair, let's say you always had long hair and now you just want to cut all that shit off, go for it. Or the opposite, you always had short hair and now you want to grow your hair out. Or you want to dye your hair some random ass color. Or you want to redo your whole wardrobe or change your whole aesthetic. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't shit to it but to do it with this placement. All right? Be unapologetic in your ability to just go for what it is that feels, you know, genuine for you. All right? All right. So that was that. Now we better get into the reading for today. Again, this is the reading portion of this live. If you don't like readings, this is your time to click off. With this reading, everything will not resonate for everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you do want to book a personal reading so that you can get something that will resonate for you and you only, you can go to my website. It is located in my bio, and book accordingly. If you have your birth chart but you want me to break it down for you, give you an understanding of your birth chart, that is also available on my website. Also, daily personal horoscopes that are catered to you and your personal chart, that is also available on my website, as well as healing consultations, mentorships, and other things. All right, I do have an astrology breakdown ebook for the entire year. If you want to use that in order to help you navigate your year, That is also available. It's only $8 and it's an ebook, so you can get it immediately after purchase. All right, so let's tap in. Let's see what the energy is given today. Again, these are general messages, so take what resonates and leave the rest. This video will be posted to YouTube and it will go live later on tonight. So if you want to watch it from the beginning, or if you have to leave at any point, just go to my bio, click the YouTube button, and subscribe. Make sure that you're following me on here, as well as my main TikTok, which is also linked in my bio. All right, Spirit, what's the energy for the collective for this week? Starseed, what lights you up? Okay? What lights you up? What brings you happiness? What makes you happy? All right? I feel like this is a time for you guys to be very unapologetic in regards to your, in regards to the things that you pursue. Okay? I feel like a lot of you guys want to do things, and this is going back kind of to that Aquarius energy. I feel like there's a lot of things that you guys want to do, a lot of things that you guys want to try, but for some reason you don't give yourself permission to do these things or to be who you naturally are. I feel like some of you guys are so used to shrinking your energy down to appease other people or to not be a threat to other people. And it's time out for that. All right, I keep telling y'all that this energy is all about you being yourself. This energy is all about you being unapologetic. We are in the age of Aquarius. I mean, it's like the most original, unique sign that there is in the entire zodiac. So this is not a time for you to shrink yourself down. This is not a time for you to operate in fear. This is not a time for you to not believe in yourself or to hold other people's opinions higher than your own opinions of yourself. Okay? If there's certain things that you want to go for it. You know what I'm saying? I always tell you the worst thing that can happen is that you don't go nowhere. That's the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen is that you go for what you want and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really go backwards, because even going for what you want and not succeeding, you still have learned something. So you can't even really go backwards. You still have elevated. You still have excelled in some type of way, shape, or form, because you have new understanding, new knowledge, a new perspective. You've seen something. You know what I'm saying? One of my mentors from back in the day when I used to work in finances would say, you know, when you stretch out a rubber band, it will never go back to its same size because it has been expanded, right? So even when you go for something and you don't get the results that you want, you still have expanded. You've expanded your knowledge. You've expanded your insight. You've expanded your perspective. You've expanded your experiences. Okay? So sometimes you have to be open to, you know, just like a kid, going back to that childlike energy, because children will go and do shit without the intention of really succeeding. They just want to do it. And you have to get back to being like in that childlike energy where you just go for things, not because you want to be perfect at it and you want it to go your way, but just to go for it. Like, why the fuck not? We're here to experience. We're not here to control. We're not here to dictate. We're here to experience. So if there is a certain experience that you want to have, go have it. That's why I can't live in regret. There's nothing that I've done in my life, and I've done some wild shit. There's nothing I've done in my life that I regret. Because every experience teaches you something new. It opens you up to something new. You learn something new. Right? You understand things from a different perspective. Maybe to never do that thing again, or maybe to go harder next time. Either way, you learn something. Okay? Yeah, look at this. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Y'all supposed to be having fun. Y'all supposed to be having fun right now. And some of y'all are being Debbie Downers. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all supposed to be live, laugh, love. You know? Enjoying it. And then this is the thing also. I feel like also when it comes to relationships with people, those are also experiences. We have to start going through life without trying to control and own things. Trying to control and own people. It's not my job to keep you forever. It's my job to just have whatever experience with you that I'm supposed to have. And when that moment is up and it's time for you to move to the next person, it's time for me to move to the next person, that's what we'll do. I can still love you and care about you, but it's time for us to move on to the next person. You're not supposed to marry everybody you meet. You're not supposed to be together forever with everybody that you meet. You're not supposed to be friends forever with everybody that you meet. You're not supposed to work with everybody that you meet or work long term with everybody that you meet. Right? Some people are contracts and some people are permanent. Everybody is not going to be permanent. So you can't go into situations, you can't go into relationships thinking that everybody is going to be a permanent fixture in your life. That's not fair to you and that's not fair to them. And then what happens is you end up holding on to each other, which causes you to hold up each other's progress. And then you stay in the same place and you're trying to figure out why you're not moving or progressing in life. Because you're holding on to something that you're not supposed to be holding on to. That person was only supposed to be in your life for 3 to 6 months to teach you whatever you were supposed to learn or help you experience whatever you're supposed to experience. And then that's over and everybody goes their separate ways. But we're sitting here trying to hold people and control people because we really, really like them. No, babe. Okay, one thing that I've learned is when you have the ability to let go, you receive better. You keep getting upgraded. Okay, so when you think that you already have the best that there is, you stop yourself from receiving something better. Maybe that was the best relationship you had so far, not the best relationship you ever had. Words are powerful, right? So this is the best experience I've had so far, which means I'm still leaving room to have something better. Okay? Everybody's not supposed to be with you your whole life. It just is what it is. Some people are contracts. Some people are permanent. And you allow yourself to go freely through these experiences without holding on, right? And you'll learn who is permanent and who is not as you go with the flow. If you're going with the flow and this person just so happened to stick around your whole life, then cool. But if you're going with the flow and spirit takes that person out and gives you something better, then cool. You know what I'm saying? When you learn to detach from trying to control everything, life gets so much better. Because it is your expectations to keep everything while you're disappointed. That's why you can't find happiness and you can't find, the silver lining in it, because your expectations. All right? My only expectation in life is that I will enjoy every day that I experience. My only expectation in life is that everything happens for my highest good. That's my only expectation. I'm not here to control. I'm not here to hold on to anything. I'm here to experience everything happening for my highest good. And as long as that is your expectation, then everything will happen that way. And you will find it more enjoyable. All right? Where are you being called to journey to? Okay? It's time for y'all to go ahead and tap into these things that you feel intuitively connected to. Again, I want to have everything perfect. I want to make sure that I dot all my I's and cross my T's. I want to make sure that everything happens in a certain time, a certain way. I want to make sure that, everything aligns perfectly and it's the right time and the right day and the right frequency and the right this and the right that. Go with the damn flow. Go with the damn flow. Okay? Stop waiting for everything to align. Because the way that you think things are supposed to align is probably not how they're supposed to. That's why your intuition is telling you to just jump in. Just go for it. Just do it. There's a reason why your intuition doesn't tell you to be perfect. It'll say, hey, you outside right now? Go to that store. You're like, what the fuck? We want to get in our head. Well, I don't need nothing from that store. Why I need to go in that store? I was just in that store yesterday. I ain't never been in that store before. But what I need to go in that store for? I don't know what's in that store. I ain't never heard of that store. Well, what can that store do for me? Well, I don't think I should go in there. Maybe I'll try it again tomorrow. But I got something else that I need to do. You don't know what is waiting for you on the other side. Because you want to control the narrative. instead of just flowing with spirit. Let me just go in this store. I don't know what the hell in this, I don't know what's in here, but let me just go in there. And then you go in there and you get to talking to the owner of the store or something. And then now you was looking for a business partner. The owner of the store is on the same type of time you on. And then y'all done exchange information. And then now you got something bigger and better that's happening. You never fucking know. I tell the story all the time. It was at one point that I was looking for a business partner for a certain thing. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm still working on it. And, you know, people hate. But I was looking for a business partner for a certain thing, right? And there's a lake that I always go to, that I walk and, you know, do my little exercise for the day and all of these things. And I didn't feel like going that day. But Spirit was like, you don't got to walk. Just go over there, take your little blanket and sit in the grass. I'm like, I don't really feel like going over there today. Especially, you know what I'm saying, it's hot and, you know, all these excuses in my head. What's the point of me going? I can just go another day when I feel up to it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pack my little duffel with my blanket and all my little things. I'm just gonna sit over there. I sat over there and I'm just minding my business. I took my notebook and my cards and I'm just sitting there with my music and in my own little vibe, my little water bottle and a little snack, and I'm just sitting there in the grass. All of a sudden, this man, I seen him running around the track, but he kept stopping and talking to people. I'm like, why do he keep stopping and talking to people? You know, just observant. Not, you know, not really in his business, but just observing, right? But I'm like, whatever, mind my business. He comes up and talks to me, and guess what he does? Exactly what I was looking for. Verbatim. I've never seen this man before in my life. And he confirmed it by saying, I just moved into town. Just moved into town from, I think he was from Detroit or whatever. I just moved here into town. I just bought a house not too far away. And I wanted to come to this park so that I can give out some business cards. And so I can, you know, get my little workout in for the day. I usually go to the gym, but today I wanted to come here. That is called divine alignment. Divine alignment don't mean you control everything and then you try to make it fit the way that you want it to fit. Divine alignment means you are in alignment by following your intuition. That other thing is in alignment by following its intuition, and you meet in the middle. Divine alignment. You can't force divine alignment. Divine alignment is an intuitive thing. And me and that person connected. I got their information. And that was exactly what I needed for you know, what I was trying to do. So you never know who you're going to meet. Well, I can give y'all another story. When I was living at an old apartment in another part of town, I went to I was like, I want to take myself out. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually go out all like that unless I'm going out with my girlfriends, or, you know, if I'm with a man at the time and we're dating or whatever, we're going to do something for the weekend or whatever. At that point, I wasn't really taking myself out as much as I probably should have. And Spirit kept giving me this download all week. Like, self-care is taking yourself out sometimes, and, you know, getting real cute and dressing up and taking yourself out. And I just kept getting that message over and over all that week. So that Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to book me a reservation at a real nice restaurant. I'm going to spend some money on myself. I'm going to sit at the bar. I'm going to get me something real upscale, real good to eat. Y'all know DC is expensive, my lord. I said, I don't even care. I'm going to get myself something real good to eat. I'm going to get me a nice little drink, put me on a nice little outfit, and I'm just going to sit at the bar and put my headphones in and watch me some YouTube or something. You know, I'm just going to go have fun and mind my business. I pull up at this bar. I go in, sit down. Again, very upscale type environment. All right, very 5-star. Okay, I go sit at the bar, have my nice little outfit on, and this white man just so happens to come and sit by me. So I'm eating and, you know, doing my thing, and I think I had got on live for a second, and then I got off, and he was like, well, what do you do? And I was telling him all about what I do. And he was asking me more questions. You know, anytime I tell people I'm a spiritual life coach, they're like, well, what the fuck is that? And then I got to give a whole explanation. And they're like, how did you get into that? Then I have to give that whole story. So I'm giving him all this information. He's just so intrigued. He's like, oh, my God, like, your story is fascinating. I'm a film director. I said, you do what? I'm a film director, and I would love to keep in contact with you. You know, anytime that you're ready to, you know, make a biopic or you want to put anything on film, because I had told him about how I write. I've written plays, I've written short stories. I'm a Gemini. I do every fucking thing, right? So he was like, I would love to work with you. Here's my contact information to my office. And he's a well-known film director. Now, I don't know a lot of white people by name, but I had to go Google them, okay? And he just so happened to be in D.C. on business from, I think he's stationed in, like, Australia or something, but he works with, you know, in the U.S. and in a lot of places when it comes to film. And I was able to get that contact. Never met this man a day in my life, and, excuse me, and he paid for my food. Because I was like, you know, this food a little expensive. You know what I'm saying? This food is a little pricey. You know what I'm saying? He paid for my damn food, so I didn't have to worry about that. I got a free night out, free meal, and everything else. Right? So you never know what is going to happen. You never know what is waiting for you on the other end of you just trusting your intuition and following and having no type of ulterior motive. Like, I'm just going to do it just because my intuition say do it. I have no expectation other than that this is going to work out for my highest good. That's my only expectation. Right? And shit just be happening. Things just be, you just be getting plugged in with shit and don't even fucking know. Okay? So where are you being called to journey to? What is your intuition telling you to do? It's for a reason. Like, my intuition told me to quit my job and go full into life coaching 1 month before COVID. Did I know that we was going to go into lockdown? Absolutely not. But my intuition said quit. I said, well, how the fuck am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? I got bills to do. You know, it's towards the end of the month. I got to do this. I got to pay this note. I got to pay that. Baby, a month later, we went to quarantine. I couldn't have predicted that shit. Okay? So you never know how things are going to play out. Look at that. Energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. It sounds like your spirit team is trying to get you to a new place. But it takes you trusting your intuition and knowing that everything, again, will work out for your highest good. It may not look like it in the moment. It may not make sense in the moment. It's not supposed to. Because you're doing things in the moment for your future self. So, of course, your current self is not going to be able to tie all of the pieces together. Because the work that you're doing right now is for the future version of you, not the current version of you. The current version of you is only responsible for following the intuition so that the future version of you can live the results. The current me is responsible for listening and following my intuition so that the future version of me can live and experience the results. So it don't have to make sense to the current version of me because the future version of me is going to understand it. Sometimes you gotta, have certain things in your brain to help you connect the dots. It may not make sense to me right now, but that's because I'm not my future self right now. I'm just doing the work on behalf of my future self. My future self needs me to put in this groundwork and lay this foundation so that it can thrive. You got to trick your mind into understanding spiritual things because remember, the mind is based on the physical realm. So it's not going to understand all that spiritual shit. The mind is like, hold up, heifer, we got $0.15 in our bank account. What do you mean you trying to move to California? Have you lost your goddamn mind? That shit not making sense. You got to remind that motherfucker, hey, look, stupid. It's not supposed to make sense to you. It makes sense to the future version of me, though. That's why my intuition told me to do it. Because your intuition is never going to tell you something that's going to lead you to something worse. That's not how the intuition works. The intuition is a guide. It is a GPS. It is the inner map to help you get to where you're supposed to go. All right? Again, I am not the mind. I am not the body. I am the soul that controls both. If you got to make that an affirmation, make it an affirmation. If you got to say that shit when you get scared, when you get timid, when you get frustrated, when you want to procrastinate, look, I'm not the mind. I'm the soul. I'm bigger than this shit. I'm the one that commands shit around this motherfucker. I set the tone around this hoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not this body. This body got to listen to me. I'm not this mind. This mind got to listen to me. I am the soul. I am in control of both of these things. You got to remind yourself who you are. What the hell? You don't tell me what to do. I tell you what to do, body. I don't got to drink every day. I'm the soul. I don't have to give into my vices. I'm the soul. Look at that. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. Can't make this shit up. Rewriting the future based on what you're doing in the present. The present dictates the future. The future does not dictate the future. The present dictates the future. Period. What are you doing right now in the moment to help your future self? Sometimes you just got to ask yourself that. What am I doing right now to help and assist my future self? Am I standing in the way or am I making way? Which one am I doing? Am I the hold up? Am I the blockage? Because some of y'all being your own blockage. You're being your own brick wall. And you wonder why things are not coming to you. Or you wonder why things are not going the way that you want them to go. Well, babe, you're standing in front of it. You are halting the experience by trying to control it or projecting negativity onto it. This is why we go backwards and we heal our shadows. We heal our traumas. Because our traumas convince us that we have not changed or that we cannot change or that we are still in the same environment or still in the same energy. You got to go correct that shit. Or keeping us in a mental place that is not conducive to where we're trying to go. That's why we go back and heal. We don't go back and heal to torture ourselves, based on the past. That's not the purpose. To beat yourself up and to be mad and angry. No, you go back so that you can free yourself, free your mind from control, from abandonment, from hurt, from pain, from whatever is keeping you stuck. And once you get on a path of healing, you start releasing yourself from those places and those areas in your life that been having you feeling stuck. Okay? And then you can move forward because now you know what to do. Now you got a new perspective. Now you are free from certain things. Now you have the leverage to do what you need to do and to go where you are supposed to go. All right? Let's see. What is the lesson here for the collective spirit? What is the lesson? Comparison. Are you comparing your life to other people? Are you comparing your experiences to other people? Comparison is the killer of joy. All right? It don't matter what these people got going on. It don't matter how fast it look like they moving or how slow it look like they moving. What are you doing? You got to get so full of yourself you don't even see other people. I don't even know what y'all doing. Are you doing that? Oh my God, I didn't even know. Girl, I just been over here, you know what I'm saying? Just working on myself, shit, just full of myself. I ain't even realize that you was even sitting right there. Damn. Comparing your relationships, comparing your process, comparing your life, comparing what you're getting, comparing your experiences, your values, your goals, your dreams, your abundance, your prosperity. Don't you compare it. It's not for you to compare. You have your own set of experiences. You have your own set process that is for you, based on you, customized to you. And the moment you start looking around and looking at other people is the moment you lose. It's not for you to do that. It's not for you to compare. Again, you shouldn't even know what's going on around you. You should be so full of yourself and your own journey, you have no idea. And even if you do know, all you have is a congratulations. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that's so good. That's all I got for you. I'm not comparing myself. Because comparisons lead to jealousy, leads to envy. It leads to you looking at your own journey and now you beating yourself up because you looking at somebody else's shit. Oh, no. I don't, I'm happy for you and that's it. Because I'm so focused on my own shit that all I can do is be happy for you. Because I know that the work that I'm doing, I'm going to be next anyway. So all I got is happiness for you. All I got is joy. If anything, when you start to look at other people's life, you'll be inspired. I know it's possible for me to win because look at all these people winning. Not let me go do what they're doing to win, but let me be inspired by the fact that winning is possible. That's why we use people for inspiration. Not because we need to do exactly what they did, but because if they got something good, that means getting something good is available for me. It can happen for me. I can get something good too. But what I get is going to be customized for me. It may not look like what you got. Period. We got the Lovers coming out as well. Gemini energy, okay? Mirroring. All right? Remembering that your life is a mirror. Everything that you put out, you will receive in some type of way, shape, or form. So I always do this to myself. Anytime that I feel like I'm receiving things in my life that I don't like, I always ask myself, okay, what energy am I putting out? If I'm dating, which I'm currently dating, and I'm receiving, you know, motherfuckers who are on a certain vibration, I gotta be like, okay, Poca, what energy are you putting out? Because you always going to attract what you are. Right? If I'm looking for friends and all of the friends that I run across are all, I'm having the same experiences with them. Okay, well, what energy am I putting out? If I'm dealing with family or whoever, right? Whatever. Check yourself first. You are the magnet. Maybe you need to alter your frequency so that you can alter what you receive. It's that simple. It's a mirror. Right? If you put a mirror in front of you, a mirror can only reflect back to you what is in front of it. It can't change it. It can't rewrite it. It can't edit. It can't delete. It can't upgrade. Whatever's in front of it, that's what it's going to show. So everything in your life is a reflection of you. If you don't like the reflection, change what's being reflected. Simple. If I don't like the reflection, then I need to alter what I put in front of that mirror. All right? Let's get one more of these, and then we'll get some tarot cards, and then we'll get some confirmation. Participation. It is not up for you. It is not up for spirit or your spirit team to do all the work. You got to do your part. You got to do your part. You got to do your part. That means you can't just blow cinnamon and sugar and smoke and herbs and rosemary and bay leaves around this bitch and think that that's going to cure all of your problems and issues. No, baby, you got to do the work. You have to do your part. You have to do your part. If your part means going back and healing them childhood traumas, then you got to do your part. If your part means taking the humble road and taking a step back, you got to do your part. If your part means going into hermit mode and taking some time away from the people, places, and things that you have become addicted to or that you have become used to or that, you know, create your comfort zone, then you got to do your part. If your part means that you need to move to another city or state or country, then you got to do your part. If your part means that you need to wake up at a certain amount of time or at a certain time of the day so that you can do whatever you need to do, then you need to do your part. If your part means talking less and listening more, then you need to do your part. If your part means meditating on a daily basis and becoming consistent with your journey, you got to do your part. There are things that you have to do in order to get to where you're trying to go. It is not going to come knock on your door. Your future goals and dreams and aspirations are not going to just show up on your doorstep uninvited. The thing about the spiritual realm is you have to invite those things in. How do I invite those things in? By doing my part. And my intuition is going to tell me what my part is at all times. What is my intuition? The first voice. Not the second, not the third, not the fourth, not the 15th. The first thing that I hear, the first thing that I feel, the first thing that I notice is my intuition. Everything after that is excuses for me not to listen to it. So if my intuition say, hey, you need to cut that person off. And then the second voice is, but they can change. But I don't want nobody to cut me off. But I've known them for a long time. But excuses. Intuition said what it said. Your intuition is never going to be loud. It's never going to yell at you. It's never going to do all that. It's just going to say what it's got to say. Hey, that was stupid. You shouldn't have did that shit. Simple. Hey, you know you should have cut that person off. I don't know why you're still talking to that motherfucker. Simple. Alright? It's not going to yell at you. It don't got to do all that. But are you in a place, again, like we talked about last week and yesterday, are you in a place where you are quiet enough to hear it? All right? The Lover's card that came out twice. A lot of y'all are very focused on love and relationship right now. And this is kind of causing you to, you know, be distracted. Okay? A lot of y'all are distracted with love and relationship right now. Y'all know. I don't do love readings. Y'all know me. I don't do love readings. I don't do relationship readings. I don't get into all that. Okay? Because that's not the gift that you know, Spirit gave me. Okay? But one thing that I can tell you is a lot of y'all are focused on love when it comes to loving other people and not focused on enough when it comes to loving on yourself. And this is why you keep attracting the same people in different bodies. It doesn't matter who you date. It doesn't matter what state you move to and start dating some other people. Don't matter. You're still attracting the same people or having the same types of experiences because you are not focused on yourself. A lot of y'all have never taken the time to be a single person. You've always had a situationship or you've always been in a relationship. You've never just been you. By yourself, unapologetically, with nobody around. Just living life based on what you want to do. Finding out who you are. Doing what you feel connected to. Some of y'all are making decisions based on relationships. Spirit said, especially when it comes to career. Some of y'all, you know, your career may need you to move to a different place, or maybe this person's career is making y'all move and you need to be stationary or something along those lines. Or you always asking somebody what they think about this and what they think about that. Anytime it comes to you doing something, you want to run everything by your spouse. You want to run everything by the person you're dating or whatever the damn case is. And you're getting further and further away from what is for you. You know, it just is what it is. Okay? Some of y'all need to practice self-love. And Spirit is going to continue to send people that cannot love you properly because you are not trying to take the time to figure out how to love yourself properly. So you're never going to be satisfied in these relationships. It just is what it is. Why would Spirit send you someone who can love you good and you don't love you good? That don't even make sense. This can also be friendships. A lot of y'all give and give and give and give to the people around you, but then when it comes to your journey and what you need to do, you don't got no words of wisdom, no words of inspiration. You can sit there and get somebody a whole inspirational ass speech about why they need to do this and believe in themselves and yada 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 woo woo. But then they come to your journey and you ain't got 2 words. procrastinating, doubtful, don't believe in yourself, questioning yourself, questioning your ability to do it, your ability to succeed. But if a random ass stranger came to you, you got words of wisdom. What are you attached to that no longer serves you? What mentalities are you attached to that no longer serves you? What actions are you attached to that no longer serve you? With yourself and with the people around you. If you're giving more to the people around you than you're giving to yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. Nobody should come before you, period. I don't care if it's your kids. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your spouse. I don't care what it is. The dog, the cat, the nanny, everybody's included. You should always be first in your own life. And until you start to live your life that way, you will always get the short end of the stick. We got the Ace of Pentacles coming out. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to career for a lot of y'all right now. A lot of opportunities to change careers. A lot of opportunities to get more into your career, whether this is a 9-to-5 type of career or whether you're building a business. I feel like Spirit is giving, you know, a lot of you guys an opportunity to have what it is that you claim that you want, right? But you're going to have to, again, get to a place where you believe in yourself, where you take action, and where you're not afraid to trust your intuition. And also not being afraid to be challenged. Challenges come with this journey. Stop trying to run away from them. It's like trying to swim uphill. You know, it's just not going to work. You're fighting against gravity. You know, gravity is trying to pull you one way and you trying to force yourself to swim upstream. It's not going to work. Go with the flow so that you can, you know, align. Again, divine alignment. You can align with the things that are for you. And everything is not going to happen the way that you pictured it in your head. So maybe you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to school, or I'm going to get this and get that, and then I'm going to purchase this and purchase that, and then I'll have what I want. Well, Spirit may be like, no, you need to go over here and talk to that person, and then you want to build a relationship with them, and then they're going to send you over here, and then you're going to be able to buy what you need, and then you can get to where you want to go. And that may be what Spirit is trying to get you to do, is always the easier route. It's always the simplest route. What we want to do is always the most complicated thing, because we're not looking at it from what? A spiritual space. We're looking at it from a physical space. We're looking at it with these two physical eyes instead of this spiritual one. So we miss it. We don't see it. And because we don't see it going the way that we saw it in our head, we automatically assume that we're doing something wrong, or it's not going to go our way, or that we failed, or whatever else we may come up with in the moment. Some bullshit. That's what it is. At the end of the day, some bullshit. Page of Cups. Take things slow. You don't have to rush this. There is no time that you got to get it done. Spirit is not saying you got 3 months to be your best self. That's not, like, unrealistic. You got 6 months to heal. Like, that's not even how that works. There is no time limit on this. So a lot of y'all are rushing against a clock that don't exist. And you wonder why you're not satisfied. You wonder why you're not happy. You wonder why you can't see things from a higher perspective. Well, babe, you're beating yourself up with imaginary time. This time does not exist. Again, we are spiritual beings. We're not physical beings. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. Time doesn't exist where we come from. That's why your intuition doesn't operate on time. Your intuition has never told you, hey, at 3 o'clock, this is going to happen. No, because it don't work like that. Time does not exist. Your intuition just says, hey, go over there and do this. Go over there and do that. Sit right here. Stand up. Go left. Go right. Do what you need to do. Go to sleep. Wake up. Go to the gym. Eat right. Do this. Do that. It's not giving you no times, no set dates, no none of that. It does not exist. So some of y'all have to detach from a lot of the societal things that was put on us. We all have been subjected to that. Everybody in this realm has been subjected to time. But time is only meant to recount events that have already happened, not to predict things that will. So time doesn't exist in the future. It only exists in the past. Time is only used to say, hey, last Tuesday is when this happened, to give you a date and an idea of when something took place. But it has nothing to do with when something will take place. Has nothing to do with the future. Time has nothing to do with the future. It's all about the past. All right? So as long as you keep putting time and measurements on things, that's why you keep reliving the past. Because time is only meant to talk about what happened previously, not to talk about what's going to happen. Okay? Again, those are societal constructs. You gotta deconstruct your mind. Look at that, 8 of Wands. Work, 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 work. I feel like whoever has already been in this energy, if you've already been doing your work, there's definitely going to be some good things that you receive, because we are moving into harvest season. Okay? We're moving into harvest season. The first 3 months of the year. So Aries season, Taurus season, Gemini season, those are your foundational months. Those are your months to build. Those are your months to plant seeds. Those are your months to, figure out what you want to do and start getting your plan of action together. Right? That's why they say the new year is New Year's resolution. The New Year's is not in January. It's in Aries season. Figure out what you want to do. Plant them seeds. Right? Cancer season, Leo season, Virgo season is your time to water and redirect. So whatever you've been working on, you need to be watering it and then figuring out where and what areas you need to be better in. Where do I need to tighten up at? Where do I need to tidy up at? Where do I need to clean house? Are there some things I need to release? Are there some things I need to work on? Are there some things that I need to deal with? Those are the months to get that shit together. Right? Then Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, harvest. Harvest time. That's when we start getting into October, November, December. That's why all of those months have, harvest-like themes or celebratory-like themes. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got Halloween. Harvest season. Okay? Fall season, quote-unquote, is the harvest season. Okay, for you to get your, to sit back and look at the fruits of your labor. Okay, then we have our hibernation season. This is Capricorn, this is Aquarius, this is Pisces. That's the time to look over everything and reflect. How was my past year? Based on this past year, what do I need to do differently next year? How do I need to set myself up for the new planting season that is to come in Aries season? Do I need to rest? Do I need to rejuvenate my energy? Do I need to change my perspective? Do I need to learn something new? Okay, this is in my ebook for the astrology for the year. All right, Mastering 2024. It's the ebook that's on my website. It's $8. I explain all of this. When you start to learn how to work with the seasons, you understand what's going on. Okay? And when you know what's going on, baby, you can master it and get the results that you want. The reason why y'all all over the place is because you're not mastering and learning the seasons and how to use them to your benefit. That's why they got the world starting off the new year in the dead of winter, which makes no damn sense. How is it new if everything around me is dead? That's not the time for me to do new shit. That's the time for me to rest and rejuvenate my energy. That's why everybody want to be in a house during that time. Whether it's cold or not. I don't care where you live. People be in the house during that time. All right, let's end this off with some confirmation. Again, if you want to book a personal reading, consultations, mentorships, if you want to get any of my books, all of that is located on my website, linked in my bio. What else? Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, because I will be putting this up on YouTube for those who came in a little late and you want to watch it from the beginning. We did our astrology breakdown in the beginning, and then we did our reading. So definitely go ahead and subscribe. All right. We got feeling lost. So again, a lot of y'all could be feeling all over the place. But again, it's all about you trying to figure out, you know, how to trust your intuition and how to let go of your control issues. Because most of y'all lost because you're controlling. You just don't want to do what your intuition is telling you to do. So you done ended up in the middle of nowhere and you don't want to take nobody's advice. You know what I'm saying? And trusting your intuition is linked to you knowing yourself. You don't trust people you don't know. And if you don't know yourself, you're going to be a little more reluctant when it comes to trusting yourself. So the more you learn yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the easier it will be to trust yourself and your intuition. All right. I also have a shadow work guide that helps with all of that as well. Time to meditate. All right. Again, y'all got to get consistent with talking to spirit. You got to get consistent with tuning in with yourself. Not even just your spirit team, but mainly, again, building that relationship with yourself. Meditation helps you connect with your higher self, which is the soul, which is who you truly are. You don't get that type of relationship if you're not spending that type of time with yourself. Imagine if somebody tried to date you and get to know you, but they never talked to you. They never sat down and asked you what you like or how are you, or get to know you based on your past and your traumas and what you've experienced. Would you take that person seriously? Hell nah. Okay? That's why you don't take yourself seriously, because you don't know yourself. So get to know yourself. Look at that. Stagnant. Needing to surrender. Surrendering to the process. Surrendering to your intuition. Letting go of attachments. Sacrificing. And look at that bottom word. Mirroring. I keep telling y'all, mirroring is very, very important right now. Spirit is showing you through everything else that you're encountering. It's a mirror. Oh, you don't want to love yourself? Then I'm going to send you people that don't know how to love you. Oh, you don't want to take time for yourself? I'm going to send you people that can't take time for you. It's a mirror. You want to be on bullshit? I'm going to send you bullshit. You want to think negatively? I'm going to send you negative shit. Based on what I am receiving, what am I giving? If I can alter what I give, I will alter what I receive. Sagittarius energy, I was telling y'all about that in the beginning. Allow yourself to be optimistic. Go with the flow. Sign up for the adventure. You already signed up for the adventure. That's why you're here. So just step into it. I've done a lot of shit that was super fun, but was super scary. And I've gotten great benefits from it after I just allowed myself to go with the flow and trust that it was going to work out for my highest good. There's things that I tried physically. There's things that I tried spiritually that I was afraid to do. But I just pushed myself, right? And it's never easy. Even to this day, sometimes it's not easy to push yourself. And I've been doing this for almost 7 to 10 years at this point. And I still find myself sometimes be like, I don't know about that. That's a little outside my comfort zone now, spirit. Now, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I know you said what you said, but shit, that look a little scary to me. That I don't know how that's going to go. And I still had to jump in and do it. And sometimes I don't do it. And then I'm sitting there, when the results come back, I'm sitting there looking stupid. Like, damn, if I just would have did that, I could have just went ahead and did that. Spirit then gave me downloads. Hey, go do this. And then I don't do it. I have all these questions. Then I look up somebody else that did it. And they successful off of it. Now I'm sitting back like, damn, I had that same idea. You learn from that. Not going to happen again. Not going to catch me again. It's not about making a mistake. It's about learning from the mistake and not doing it again. All right? We got Baba Ogun coming out. Ashe. Talking about technology. Okay? So I feel like, especially if you use technology for whatever you're doing, this is a great time for you to benefit. Content creation. Public speaking. Writing. Writing books. Being an author. Whatever. Putting your voice out there. Even if you don't really want to have a career with that stuff, but you just feel intuitively guided to give some messages, right? To make a Facebook post or something, or share your thoughts or your feelings on something. Just do it. Okay? Now, also make sure that you're protecting yourself when it comes to technology. So some of y'all, don't be posting pictures of y'all babies. Now, I know a lot of people feel a different type of way about that, but keep some of these kids offline. Okay? People are mean. People are vicious. People have negative ass energies and negative ass spirits. You know what the fuck they doing on the other side of that damn camera phone. I sound like an old head. Camera phone. Oh my God. Computer. You don't know what the hell people thinking. You don't know what they doing. Protect yourself. Protect your babies. Don't post everything that you're doing. I see a lot of people posting their keys and then they got their house in the background. Don't show people all that. You can just make a post. I'm just so happy and grateful for spirit. And then you wonder why you can't pay your bills in this new house. Because you done showed all the haters what you got. Y'all giving them whole tours of your new shit. Don't do that. Learn how to keep some shit for yourself. Okay? Everything is not for social media. They tricking people into being tricked out of they stuff by posting every goddamn thing. Alright? 999. Completions, closure, endings, preparing for new cycles. Okay? This is time to get ready. Spirit trying to take you to a new place. Are you ready though? Is you ready to go though? You know what I'm saying? If Spirit was to pick you up right now, would you be ready? Would you have everything that you need? If the answer is no, then this is the time for you to get prepared. It's okay if you're not ready. Just go get ready. You know? It's all right. Look at that. Business boom. Harvest season is coming. If you've been consistent with posting, if you've been consistent with your business, if you've been consistent with whatever it is that you're doing, especially to my business owners, okay, no matter how it's looking, no matter how the money is rolling in, no matter who is supporting or whatever, stay consistent. Harvest season is coming, baby. Harvest season is coming. Look at that. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. New car. Forward movement. Fast paced movement. All right, there's new things coming in. You just got to keep going. Consistency is key. Quality over quantity. Keep putting in that work. Look at that. Jupiter. As I'm saying that, the planet of luck and fortune and opportunity. Coming to show y'all, hey babes, you can have whatever you like. That's the energy that I'm getting with that Jupiter card. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. You can have whatever you like. But you gotta do the work. That's it. That's the only requirement. Can you do the work? Can you listen to your intuition? Can you be consistent? If you could do that, you can have whatever you like. Look, come on now. Prosperity. Like I said. A lot of y'all businesses are about to go crazy. I feel like we're going to be in some type of position, or the world is going to be in some type of position soon. Kind of similar to lockdown. I don't know if we're going to go back to a full quarantine, but we're definitely going to be back in a position where everybody's going to have to be still. And that's when a lot of y'all are going to really thrive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be like, damn, I've been making all of these motherfucking videos, ain't nobody watching them. Well, babe, maybe when people get still, now you got all this content so they can run them numbers up. But if you ain't got no content and everybody's still, they gonna look at your shit and it ain't gonna be nothing on there. Happened to me with the first quarantine. Spirit made me make my YouTube in October of 2019 and nobody was watching my shit. But then we went into quarantine in March of 2020 and the views went up. Okay? Because I had been consistent making all of this shit. So when people sat down, they had a whole bunch of stuff to watch. All right? Aries, leadership. You're just going to have to take the lead. Just going to have to do it. Be the boss of your life. Okay? Create your own foundation. Look, as I'm saying foundation. Grounding. Grounding is going to be so important. Make sure y'all spending enough time with spirit in nature. Nature is your best friend. We are melanated beings. We are of the earth. You got to spend time with Earth. You got to spend time with Mama Gaia. You got to spend time with nature. You got to tap in with the sun, the moon, the stars, the everything. The grass, the leaves. Go hug a tree. Go meditate. Go ground. Put your feet in the grass. You know? Alright? Alright, my lovelies. Hopefully y'all got something from this. Again, if you're interested in any personal readings, if you want a mentorship, consultations, any of those things, if you're on your journey but you're confused or you're a new beginner, I have consultations and mentorships for all of those things. Birth chart specials, horoscope specials, the whole nine. I do have a special that I'm about to take off my website on Friday. It is a mix and match special. You get one 10-minute reading, one 30-minute consultation, and 1 week mentorship for $111. Okay, all of that for $111. That is still on my website. Go on my website, type in mix and match, and it will pop up. You can still book it. I will be taking that down. I was supposed to take it down, but I was trying to give people an opportunity to go ahead and tap in with it. So this is the last call for alcohol. All right, if you are interested in that, definitely go ahead and book it. There is a payment plan on there. If you use Shop Pay, you're able to check out with Shop Pay. I think I'm going to be adding damn, it's another one that I can't think of, but I'll be adding another payment plan option at checkout as well, sometime this week for those who need that. If you don't see a payment plan on there that works for you, always feel free to email me or inbox me. I have no problem working with people. I work with people. I understand the economy that we're in. I understand that some people may need to break certain things down, and that's fine with me. But you just have to communicate that, all right? Closed mouths don't get fed, so ask for what you need, all right? All right, love and light. Again, this will be posted on YouTube, so you can watch it later on tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be back on here to do either another reading, or we may do a panel or a conversation or something. I don't know yet. Y'all know I'll go with the flow. Big Gemini. All right, love and light. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.